question is based on verbal ability. It is based on a passage in which we want to find the inference. So let me read the passage first. Congo was named by Europeans. Congo's dictator Mobutu later changed the name of the country and the river to Zaire with the objective of Africanizing names of person and spaces. However, the name Zaire was a Portuguese alteration of Nazadi ou Nazir, a local African term, meaning river that swallows rivers. Zaire was Portuguese name of Congo River in 16th and 17th century. Which of the following statements can be inferred? So let us start the solution. First, let us understand what the passage is trying to say. It is saying that the Congo's dictator changed the name of the country and the river to a name Zaire. Okay. But what was the objective behind it? Objective was to Africanize the names. Africanize the names means naming the country and naming the river in some sort of African term which is generally used in Africa. That was the basic objective. But it is saying that this name is not African, but it is Portuguese alteration. It is not actually African, but a Portuguese alteration of an African term. The African term is given as. So it means if the dictator wanted to Africanize the name, then he should have used this name. Okay. But what did he use? Zaire, which is a Portuguese alteration. Now look at the option. The first option says, as a dictator, Mobutu ordered the Portuguese to alter the river name to Zaire. So he is saying that the dictator actually asked the Portuguese people to rename the river. But in the passage, it says that Mobutu himself changed the name. So first inference is incorrect. Mobutu's desire to Africanize names was prevented by Portuguese. It means he wanted to Africanize the names, but Portuguese people did not allow him, and hence he used a Portuguese alteration. But him using a Portuguese alteration does not imply that Portuguese people asked him to use that. It only implies that he used a Portuguese alteration, but we don't know the reason why he did this. It is nowhere mentioned in the passage that Portuguese people were behind it. Third one, Mobutu was not entirely successful in Africanizing the name of his country. This statement is true because if he wanted to Africanize, he should have used this name. But what does he use? He used an Portuguese alteration of the actual name, which means his effort was there. But that effort was not completely successful because he did not use an African name, rather he used a Portuguese alteration of African name, and hence this option is correct. And the last one, the term Nazadi ou Nazir was of Portuguese origin. This is also incorrect because it is correctly saying, or it is directly saying this name is African. This name is African and its Portuguese alteration is Zaire. So the statement number 4th is also incorrect, and hence we can say the answer should be third statement.